Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And now we observe the national anthems. A truly great anthem. Now, can they do better? It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
So that's got things underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I just love the positivity and attitude that Erling Haaland delivers on a football field. It's almost as if he's still on the training ground. And there's one little story in a game where he scored 4, but he was still angry. And asked why he was angry, he said, well, I missed one of my good chances. I think he's destined for greatness.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. And the shot! It's there!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. He's shifting through the gears here, and he's made sure that's not getting through.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Lovely pass, but can he get there? There's the header! Oh, getting the flags up. And it's Doué. Dembele. Olise. Swings in. Oh, good climb! Harmlessly behind. Now it's Sorloth. Plays it through. Ødegaard finding himself in space. Terrific effort! It's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Après 16 minutes de jeu par le numéro 9.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant. When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Now it's Mbappe. Well, that pass isn't the best. And smartly reclaimed. He's looking wide. Oh, delightful ball. Well, that should get the job done. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. That's good play. Stood up well to him there. Oh, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now it's Haaland. And he cuts out the supply. Great ball if he can get there. He's picked his way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Ryerson calmly anticipates. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Doué. It's a really well-measured ball. And he shoots! Oh, split-second reaction.
Olise clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Berger. Now it's Mbappe. Over to the right flank. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Succumbs to the pressure. The referee's awarded a free kick. And he's intervened well there. Doué. That ball looks a good one. Good ball, good take. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And here's Elise. Berger. Knocks it into space. Hernandez. Played into space. Rabiot.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps
Into
additionnel.
stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Ødegaard, who's set up 1 goal so far. Berger. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time.
Bienvenue à nos joueurs sur le terrain.
So, Jim, neither side getting it all their own way so far.
Well, it's definitely been a game where both sides have tried to play to their own strengths, and I suppose neither side would be particularly unhappy with this scoreline. I suspect, Peter, the two managers will be keen to urge patience and discipline from their players now.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And we are back underway.
France are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Now the delivery. He's going for goal! Had a swing, but it wasn't to be.
Tchouaméni cannot be faulted for trying. It was asking to be hit just a bit straighter.
Spread to the right. Norway are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Berger.
This is the time you need that pace.
France needed that, they really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Olise! Boy, he struck that clean. Surlot distributed tidily. And here's Ødegaard. Mbappe needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, and as their most significant attacker, he isn't about to receive any generous invitations.
And there's the shot! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, distance never seems to be an issue for some players, and he's certainly one of those. The opening was there, I guess. Worth a try.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Berger. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Mbappe. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Ryerson. And it's made its way to him. He's not got that quite right. Space for him to turn and look. That's a good ball out wide. Ødegaard chasing after it. And here's Mbappe. Olise. He's having a pop! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, he doesn't half hit a clean strike. The moment he was in that position, you knew he was going to smash it.
Now it's Doué. shoots! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Now it's Solot. Aimed beyond the defence. Mbappe. Now it's Olise. He'll try from distance! Oh, screamer! About as smooth as it gets. Into the lead once more. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Final checks on the touchline, a change about to occur.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Changement en cours.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
Looking for the run. That's good vision. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
France clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Chance, surely! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
France with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. It's a pretty loose pass, but he's well positioned here. And the shot! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Attention, changement.
Norway making further changes here, and in quick succession. Engages and forces him off the ball.
France really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's Haaland. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? It's a goal kick. Keep the ball and we're done. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Olise voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full